Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another review. This time it is the SH Figuarts Wasp from Ant-Man and Wasp the movie. So, let's get started. Um, Gotta say, this is one of those things where I didn't know what to expect. I kind of avoided pictures of it, and I'm really kind of happy I did, but also kind of happy I didn't. And the reason why is because I would have noticed that the colors on her are a little bit more muted than that of the Marvel Legends counterpart or the costume counterpart. But I'm thinking maybe they were aiming for their stylized SH Figuarts version. Either way, I would have liked more yellow in it. And as you can see, it reflects the light really well to show the yellow. But outside of my lights, these yellows are actually very, very dull. And I was hoping for a more nicer, vibey, I don't know, something more that stands out, right? I guess. But anyway, let's get started on the review. The Wasp is actually really nice. In terms of SHF making female figures, I think they are continually taking steps forward ahead of everyone else, with the exception of Mafex, which I think they don't have too many right now, except for Gwenpool, who's really good. But they continuously try to make things better. But in this case, they fall short for me on colors and accessories. But overall, this is still a very nice figure. Anyway, let's jump into the articulation. The figure itself, head can go up, it can go down, it can go up very high actually for that of flight poses. I want to make sure I add that in there in case I forget. Head can tilt down very well, it can tilt left and right. It has great expression in terms of range, which is really good. The arms are something I both like and dislike, and the reason why that is because she has a ton of range in the arms. They can get around 360 degrees. They have a small butterfly joint inside, so they can actually go a little far forward. It can go backwards a little. I just don't like the gap that mine has. And looking from photos, it seems to be just a problem with mine. But if other people have a problem with theirs, I'll know it's a bigger problem. But mine has a really bad gap right here. It's supposed to blend in a little bit more, but it doesn't. She also has bicep swivel. And she has a little bit of rotation right here at the forearm where it bends. And the arm rotates up pretty far. No, it's not double jointed, but it does spread up really far to the point where you don't have to worry about it being double jointed, which is very important. So with all of this, you can actually do things like this. And it actually looks natural on the figure, which is very, very good. As far as the ab crunch goes, she can dip forward just a little bit, but she can go pretty far back, which is very, very good, especially for those flight poses. She can rotate left and right very far, both in the upper and the lower torso. And it can rotate on a swivel. As far as the leg joints go, it's actually really nice because they use the drop down method, but it also uses a very nice thigh swivel rotation that comes up pretty far. That allows maximum articulation for this figure at the lower end. So not really an issue for her. Legs are double jointed, so she can get very nice flight poses. She can also knee you in the face without an issue. These are things that are very, very dope. So she can actually rider kick as well, which is something I very, very like. We all know that. And her ankle pivot is not a lot, considering they want her to be in many, many flight poses. I was wrong. The ankle pivot is actually very nice. Very, very nice. And there's toe pivot as well. She's a very light figure. It's pretty cool the way she's done. Like I said, I would have liked a nice brighter yellow. So as you can see, she can get in all sorts of cool poses. And it's done without issue. I can almost do it naturally for her. She can even get in the gangsta boo pose. So, you know. The wings are actually very nice. The wings actually spread out. They are on ball joints that attach at the back. And they are removable. They're clear. They're very nice, translucent. If you want to color these, you can. But if you don't, they actually look and stand out very, very nicely. And I love them. They're easy. They hold in place very well. They don't get loose very easy. I don't know why I keep saying They don't get loose very easy at all. They look and store very nicely. Now, to remove them, I actually had to do a little bit of investigating. You can actually remove her backpack. As you can see, it comes right off, leaving you with still the wings. And what you want to do is, I advise you heat it up so that way you can actually rotate them out. And they'll wiggle out, wiggle out, wiggle out. Please be careful because they are delicate. And as you can see, it wiggles out. You'll have these open ports on her back, and then you pop the backpack back on if you want. But the point is you can actually remove them, so that way if you don't want the wings on, you don't have to have them on. So it's actually very, very nice. Because I thought they were actually going to be stuck there until I did a little bit of investigating. And you just reverse the process when you are trying to put it back on. And voila, snaps right back in. See, no issues. So I'm going to leave her wings up. And I'm going to go over her accessories, which she did not have many of. So outside of the color, I think that's my other real gripe, is that she doesn't have many, if not all, any accessories. So this is very nice. So let's stand you straight up, Miss Lily. Let's make you look good. There we go. And we're going to talk about the fact that she only comes with 2 pairs of hands. So we have the open flight hands, or action hands, we should say. Then we have the flight hands. And that's it. That's all she comes with for the Japanese release. The US release, she does come with a stand. But considering all the things that were used in the movie and how things went down, I'm pretty sure that's probably why they couldn't do anything. Because you would have wanted something like a cool Pez dispenser or something like that. We didn't get any of that because that's all take licensing rights. It also sucks that we got no unmasked head. So that's also the drawback of this. And real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to bring her in comparison with her Marvel Legends counterpart. So I can show you guys color-wise, this is what I was talking about. So she's actually a very good height with her Marvel Legends counterpart as well. They're actually not too far off in height. But as you can see, hers is far more gold. But this could be like inaccurate. I don't really know. I haven't bothered to check the movie again. I enjoyed it so much, but I never really paid attention to the costume design. I was just paying attention to everything else in the background. All those little hints. But as you can see, there's far more yellow on her than there is here. But I do like both. But this really looks like a comic book outfit. And this looks a lot more like a movie outfit. But I'm going to have to go back, double check, see how I feel about it. But yeah. But one thing we're going to check right now is if the unmasked head can work on the SHF. So let's do that real fast. So let's, voila, pop it off. And as you can see there's no peg there because it came off with the head. So if you can find a neck joint, I actually think this could actually work on her. As you can see, with no neck joint, it doesn't look good. But with a neck joint, I think it could work. I think it could actually work very well if you find a compatible head joint. Yeah, it'll look a little big, but it'll still work. Because if you're doing action or just a static pose, I think, depending on the angle, you'll actually be fine. Real quick, we're going to jump into size comparison with other figures from both the line and not the line, and then we'll wrap it up with some photos at the end, right? First off, I want to compare her to Iron Spider. So you can see that Spider-Man is actually a kid, and he is kid-sized. Let's actually move these guys back. I don't know why, but I really like Wasp's proportions. I just think she's done really, really well. We're going to throw Rocket in there, just so you can see how cool Rocket is. Rocket is the tiniest of tiny. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because I wanted to compare with Black Widow. Because I don't think we have too many, if not enough. Like, I'm waiting on Scarlet Witch, because I would very much like to complete more of my roster and team. I can have a full-blown Avenger squad. So as you can see with Black Widow, she's actually taller than Black Widow. Which I did not expect. Did not expect it at all. So let's take you guys away. Oop. And let's actually bring the main man of the hour, the important guy. We're going to bring Ant-Man in to see what she looks like next to the homie. And they actually look really, really good together design-wise. I like this a lot. They look really good together. He's only slightly taller than her, so that doesn't make him too big either, because they're around the same height. And even in their gear, they're around the same height. So this looks really good together, these two. I like that. I'm going to compare it to Iron Man really quickly. You can see Iron Man's a tad bit taller than her, so you can see there's differences in it. Next up, we're going to compare to other lines. Next up, next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Next to a Articulated Icons Ninja. Yeah, she's a very good height for an SHF figure because she looks very good next to both Legends. And I know a lot of people are going to want to do that with their movie stuff. They're going to want to put them together. So they look really good together. Here we are with a synthetic human. She's actually not that much smaller than a synthetic human. Here we have a Mythic Legions figure. They're taller, so I can put him in the background. You can see the height. He still towers over them. Next to an SHF Common Rider. And now a Mezco Punisher cable. So yeah, ooh. Made the noise. Last but not least, I'm going to compare it to a Revoltech Deathstroke. And that's because I just happen to have him out. And I've been lacking on comparing to Revoltech. But yeah, all in all, I think she's a great height. I think she is a great figure. I think she's absolutely a great figure. I just have a minor gripe with the shoulder issue being a little gappy. And colorway, what I would like a more brighter yellow. But otherwise, she looks great in photos. She poses very well. The wings are actually removable and not stuck on her back. So that's great. And maybe an unmasked head. But again, still an excellent figure, so I can't complain too much. I think that's just minor gripes. But yeah, it's whatever. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative. Most of all, I hope you do good, be good, and drink your water, guys. Later.